and I usually wait until it appears onto Twitch, and it's appearing on Twitch. So, welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Wait, no it's not. It's still black.
Oh. It does that sometimes.
There we go, now it's live.
There we go.
Welcome back to Ace Attorney. We're going to do the last case in the first game. This is a interesting one. Also, we probably won't be doing this next week. Not for anything malicious, just a case of as I said before multiple times, I am moving. I'm not sure when I'll get internet up at my house. And internet's a key part of streaming.
Yep, we'll just have to play it by ear.
Maybe Kyle will stream and I just bug him via my phone.
Might be an option, yeah. That sound is not the game, that sound is a tiny dog that has spotted something. It's been 2 months since Maya has left the office. 2 months without a single trial.
Crime has stopped!
Which is honestly probably a good thing, gonna be honest.
Maya was the cause of all this crime.
I've had offers, but none I took.
Oh.
That is, until the day that girl showed up.
I'm not gonna lie, this almost sounds like a detective noir.
It does, yeah. It's Gunner. Come through the microphone.
You ruined this somber moment.
That dog has been barking for 3 days straight now. Why do I come here to the office every day? Just to hear the dog bark? It's not like I want to work.
There you are, finally! Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow.
What? Who are you?
It doesn't matter who I am, it only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney, Mia Fey. You're not Mia Fey, are you?
No, I'm sorry, but Mia Fey no longer works here.
So you are the coffee boy?
I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney.
Right. Wait! You're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case?
Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though.
Yeah, it's a relief then. You're better than nobody.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now.
It's hard to find Emma's voice, but you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney? I think she has like, she doesn't have zero personality, but but at the very beginning, she definitely just feels like she's a replacement for Maya for the excuse of assistant.
Uh-huh. Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere.
Please! I'm out of time.
But
Please, you have to help. It's my sister. Phoenix, do you have a type?
Listen, at least I'm not redheads. Your silence speaks volumes.
It does, doesn't it? It's partially volumes, partially I can't remember the color of her hair.
So you're waiting to get back around to make a comment. I see.
You reading?
Maya, could it be? Yeah, see, brunette. Brunette. Not you.
Not her. Oh, yep. She's later on, but yep.
What? Hold on.
You'll see.
Damn it. Okay, I'll hear you out.
Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma. Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator.
Scientific investigator?
There's words for that, you know.
Yeah, investigator. I assume most of them use some form of science. Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator?
Yes, that's right. Is something wrong?
No, it's just you seem kind of jumpy, or maybe just young.
Young. I'll be 16 years old this year.
She's actually younger than Maya.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Wait, only 16?
I'm set to be formally assigned in forensics in 3 more years. Work is becoming quite well known. At my age, no less.
So what exactly is your current position then?
Well, legally speaking, I guess you call me an 11th grader. I'm ready to do my job, at my age, no less.
Great. Another future professional in training.
To be fair, when I was in 11th grade, I had no idea what the fuck to do with my life.
Yeah? Just, there is a sincere difference here between her and Maya, namely intelligence level.
And age. And career.
Yeah. So, what's this case about? You said there are trials tomorrow?
My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. She used a gun like most detectives.
Oh, you're one of those. So, it's a murder case.
I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact.
And there's a witness.
Just talk to her. You have to talk to her.
Right. I suppose I will.
I promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but...
That's interesting. How'd you know Mia?
And how would she not know that she's not, not dead? I mean, is dead. How would she not know that she is dead?
I mean, there was a whole case trial about that, yeah. So you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up, then?
Excuse me? I'm not a child, I'll have you know. You're 16. You're legally still a child.
Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one.
I believe investigations should be done scientifically. Don't you?
Yeah. Sure can't falter for a lack of enthusiasm.
If this case is ended scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared.
Your sister.
I've been doing research, you know. I'm going to develop a new scientific method of case investigation. It's called wearing gloves while handling evidence. I'll show you when I'm done.
Did you actually get the police to do their job and investigate instead of just, you know, leaving it to me? Please?
I joke, but it's partially based on something I learned about that made me very frustrated about medical history.
Uh-huh.
There was this disease that had been known. I learned about it in the fallacy of causation versus correlation. In essence, there was this disease that happened during childbirth, and a lot of people thought of, oh, it's clearly because of childbirth. This is what caused the disease. And one guy was like, yeah, but we also don't wash our hands, wash our equipment. We don't do this sanitarily. Perhaps the infection's coming from the fact that we might be transferring disease from other clients, other patients.
Yeah, that. Oh boy, that was an era.
And basically, once I believe it was within the 20th century or something like that. I have to double check. But basically, once that happened, it was completely killed off. It's one of those things. It's like, gee, it was that recent. God damn it!
Yeah.
Medical history is wild.
Guess you should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister.
My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fia person was a This Mia.
Try again.
This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school.
So they went to the same school, huh?
She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. And well, I need one.
Incidentally, Mia is a woman.
Was a woman. Now that you mention it, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's. To be fair, there was a period of time where a lot of names we now consider female were male, like Shannon.
Yeah. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close.
Or even Ashley, i.e. Ash Williams.
Oh yeah. Huh.
Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kind of hate her.
Huh?
She's always going on about... No, I'm not going to finish that. I'm not going to do that joke. I don't even know how to finish it. But she's my only family.
Your only family. What about your parents?
Dead?
Oh no, not again.
I was joking. I mean, they kind of have to be dead at this point, but still. They died in a car accident when I was little.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Accurate joke.
This is totally gonna go well. Totally. I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got all quiet all of a sudden, as soon as we arrived.
God, I thought I told you I didn't want visitors. So sorry, ma'am. It's just your sister. No excuses. Or did you not want to raise this here, Understood, ma'am.
Oh, what was that all about?
Ah, her sister's cousin It. Hi,
Turn
Lana.
around, please.
Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing. Look, I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
Hey, how do you know about me?
Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit.
I'm sorry. What exactly is it that you do?
My name is Lana. Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district.
You're a prosecutor. Not again.
The joke slayer.
2 sisters, 1 a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence?
I wonder if perhaps Mia and Lana also had homosexual undertones in their relationship. I'm just checking it. I'm just checking it.
No, I think that's just me and Edgeworth. No.
Oh, so you're mating your Phoenix, right?
No.
That's gonna make something that's gonna happen in two games a lot more hilarious.
Oh God. Emma, Lana. I mean, they're just like.
Is something wrong with this direct? So Sky might be a reference to her Japanese name. For Emma, I mean, Sky might be a reference to her Japanese name, Akane, which may come from the phrase Akane Sasusora, meaning a glowing sky. Her Japanese name is Akane. Oh, I'm going to butcher this. Huzuki.
I could try to read it myself if you want, and see if I can't translate it better. But, yeah, now that you mention it, I guess these names aren't really puns, are they?
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, they were made for the American release, right?
Yeah.
Word pun tends to be a lot more common in Japan than in the United States. Just because a lot of their words actually kind of contain other words.
But the other characters in this case do have pun names. Do you think maybe these were created last minute?
I don't know if they'd be created last minute, or if it's more that they were trying to go with a more serious tone for these characters. Or perhaps maybe even just their name not having a pun could be a reference to how out of place they are within the system.
Alright, that might make sense.
There's a bunch of ways we can actually take a look at it, because both what is there, what isn't there, kinda speaks volumes. And can lead to all kinds of rabbit holes about what the intent might have been.
And I don't think this game has a developer commentary. We can just like, hey, what's the reason why you gave these characters names?
I don't think it does, yeah.
Lana Sky's Japanese name means treasured moon or jeweled moon, and I believe it's Hunuzuki. I think the Japanese, I don't know if they're homonyms, but they definitely sort of begin the same sort of syllables, which is, I want to say is a Japanese sibling trend, because I don't know many Japanese siblings. And a lot of times in shonen manga, that doesn't come up as much.
Yeah.
So
I
don't really have
here, like, it's possible, since you described Emma Sky's Japanese name as being more glowing sky and everything.
Oh, wait, this is interesting.
Yep.
Both of the characters' names mean treasured moon or jeweled moon.
Okay. That is actually interesting.
I still don't know the reason for it, but is something?
Might be something somewhere.
Oh, hey, Polly is now on Steam.
Alia?
Yeah, I probably won't be able to play it.
Ah.
There's something you should know from the start.
Which is?
The suspect in this case has confessed to the crime.
Huh?
Wait, but the suspect is me. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright, I'm gonna get like a drink because I just realized I'm voicing 2 characters back to back.
Yeah, I came into this with the drink next to me, though that's already almost gone.
And it's a dry day today because I woke up with a bloody nose.
Ooh, hate those days.
If there's one thing about moving to Florida that I'm kind of looking forward to, is not have to worry about a humidifier constantly being on. You know?
Yeah, that is true. At least for most of the state, I think. Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened?
The crime took place yesterday, February 21st at 5:15 p.m.
That's quite specific.
It was in the witness's disposition. A witness clearly saw me committing the crime.
That was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it?
As an aside, the rights law and company offers becoming the law, the Phoenix Rights anything agency down the line probably would help the fact that he's probably doesn't get paid often.
Yeah, he oftentimes just does not get paid, does he?
And still is paying money. Unless he just gets paid off screen.
He might just get paid off screen, who knows? I don't think that everybody is going to be like Larry.
Oh, right, I'm Lana. The crime
Yes.
took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my Suburban's car.
I'm sorry. It just reminded me of Lythera playing Shadow the Hedgehog, where he's chasing after the president, and Pierre Boxhouse is just like, Mr. President, we gotta go. Mr. President. Mr. President. Oh, wait. Oh, that's me. You're just sitting there. Just the little, like, images they put up for the characters they're voicing and all that stuff, and just, like, him taking off the helmet and just having this 1,000-yard stare of, like, oh, dear God, it's me.
I'm the president. Who in God's name elected me? Why?
Not even that. It's just like, oh, right, I'm the one that's about to be assassinated. I need to go. The prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk? I see.
I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed, as it were.
Well, that's just great.
What color were your hands before you were caught? That is an old joke. I stole that from the Muppets. I'm pretty sure they'll be fine with that because I'm pretty sure they didn't come up with it either.
Still remember the Persona 5 joke of, well, I guess you guys caught me red-handed. Because he's got the red gloves on. I love that.
Ooh, that's interesting.
What?
I'm looking at the, since it's just talking, I'm just looking at the malicious and the, random sort of trivia junk you would find for Emma Sky. And apparently, very early concept art for the character that would end up being Maya had the same sort of glasses Emma wears.
Oh, interesting. So, who was the victim?
An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective.
Oh no, not Gumshoe.
Oh please, everyone knows Gumshoe's immortal. A detective? Death due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach.
You?
Death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal.
I see.
Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you?
Uh-oh.
What, Mr. Wright? What does that mean?
Well, it means...
The police department would consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so.
This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. I'm still gonna be doing it anyways, aren't I? Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'm still looking at the
Design my
concept
face.
art, and just some of these characters are would definitely be outdated, but I can also see them in Phoenix Wright games. I will send this over to you so you can see what I'm talking about.
So, you're the chief prosecutor?
That is correct. We do have a plan to. Speaking of the travel over, there is a newly formed-ish plan of taking my laptop and keyboard and stuff for travel. I just don't know if it'll be for games or just for talking. It's a lot of travel we have to do.
It might depend on whether or not you have access to internet wherever you're at.
Yeah.
So, that'll be the key thing, I think.
I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. And make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell.
That's an awfully large nutshell.
Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you would recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Oh, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh,
Yeah, I did notice that.
this? I cut myself by accident. When I stabbed him, that is. Huh? I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose.
How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her?
Emma told you that too, did she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia.
Hey!
He was in law school. I was in my third year, and she was auditing the class. That means she was just looking at it, right?
I think so, yeah.
She was different than the other students.
Different?
She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That is probably why she was attracted to me. The jokes write themselves. The jokes write themselves.
That's why I went silent. I was waiting for you to continue. Excuse me?
Intellectually attracted. Lana was top of her class in school. I was the best there was.
Oh.
I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way.
Sounds a bit different when Emma says it.
Well, Mr. Wright,
Excuse me?
as you can plainly see, I am admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say there's no way I can take this case. None. But Lana! Why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself. I know you didn't do it, Lana. I know. So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. I know she's supposed to be like turning away from us, but the fact that we can see the seat makes it look like she's just sitting in it with this backward style. That was a trend back in the day.
I actually don't see the seat in this one.
You can see it when she turns.
Oh, I see. Like, it's during the turn part, okay.
Mr. Wright,
Yes?
I believe our discussion here has ended. The rest, I leave to you.
You mean you're requesting my services as your defense?
No, I want you to raise my sister.
Uh,
Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed after all. The case is over.
right. I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes. But something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here. And I'm going to find out what.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright.
Huh? About what?
My sister, she's not always like that, you know. Sometimes she has emotion in her voice.
I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again.
She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everybody liked her.
I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. What happened to her?
I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she... Well, maybe not.
Sounds like there's something here that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking at the prosecutor's office, shall we?
Okay.
So, off to the underground parking lot, I'm guessing?
Yep.
So this is the lot where it all happened.
Looks like they're still investigating.
Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this.
Hey everyone, keep up the good work!
Hey, what are you thinking?
Well, they're going to be my coworkers 3 years from now, after all. No harm in saying hello.
Actually, there is. You know attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes? I'm trying to not stand out too much here, see?
Oh, if this is what I'm thinking it is, I have to take this character, because I don't think he can do this type of accent.
Part of me wishes it would take Gumshoe right there.
You expecting to go unnoticed here, partner?
Oh,
Partner.
it isn't. I think I know who this is. Yep.
What do we have here? Looks like a Bombita got loose on the ranch and is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner. Mr. Marshall!
Marshall? Looks more like a sheriff to me.
Looky here, Bombita. I know how you feel, but this is my gang's gold strike, see? Strike? I gotta honestly ask. I'm pretty sure the answer is no, but are detectives allowed to have weird personalities?
Hey, well, they're allowed to have personalities, absolutely, but this one takes the cake.
Are they allowed to have themes?
And that one I'm not so sure about.
Apparently his Japanese name is Kozuki Zayamon. That's my best attempt. Which means respectful, and Zayamon has the kanji means sin and gate. Marshall is an English and Scottish surname. Originally was meant as a status surname for someone in charge of horses, belonged to a royal household, or as an occupational surname for someone who looked after horses responsible to custody prisoners. This does fit well with Jake Marshall's character. Jake Marshall's character, since cowboys are usually associated with horses, and his job as police officer involves detaining criminals. Strike! This is our claim, our territory, with a mother load of evidence. If you're fixing to mess with ours, you'll regret it, partner. You know, the dreams, the cacti, the desert. You know what dreams the cacti out of the desert dream? You want to?
What's this guy talking about?
You head along home now. Happy trails, Bambita.
Was that a hombre? A friend of yours?
Though he claims to be a Texas cowboy, Marsh uses a lot of words in foreign languages, such as Bambita, Italian for girl or baby, which I knew, partially a reference to Italian spaghetti, westerns, and hombre, Spanish for man, probably because Texas is on the border with Mexico. Kinda, sort of. Yeah, he's a detective.
Who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. What's this? A wallet? Excuse me, officer.
Wait! What are you doing, Mr. Wright?
What am I doing? I just found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police.
I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket. You know, remove the evidence from the evidence place.
Steal the evidence, why don't you? How is that scientific? Sounds like theft to me.
I'm called to duty already, and at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you the trick to examining evidence in detail, okay?
By the way her eyes are sparkling, I could tell she's been waiting for this.
Okay, now, look at the court record. You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides. This is something that pops up in later cases. But this is also partial reason why this was a case added to the DS, because it uses a lot of DS functions.
Yeah, I remember this being a little buggy, though.
I hope they fixed it, because
I really hope we don't get to the pot and find out that bug still exists.
Now let's start examining from every angle. What pot? What bug?
Oh, the pot in particular was extremely buggy. When you selected a certain part on the pot, you had to be very precise.
Oh yeah, that bullshit.
Yeah. It's gonna be one of those days.
Oh look, I think there might be a clue here. You should check it out. The press of this button, which I'm not...
This is an ID card. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID number 584-2189.
See? Well, isn't a scientific investigation useful?
I guess, though I don't see what science has to do with it.
Can barely see Bruce Goodman from the blurriness. Makes me wonder if Phoenix needs glasses or contacts. Let's be sure
I
to
think
examine...
it was like more just so that they didn't have to put too much detail on, his name and everything.
Makes sense. Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find.
I guess I've got to be on my toes from now on. In more ways than one.
Here, a phone. Let's see if it works.
Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching.
I can't hear anything. My ears! No, my ears! Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure.
What is she babbling about?
Hey, what did you say?
See, you can hear just fine. The phone's broken.
Okay, that has to be like an outline making thing, because that's impossible to do with chalk.
Yeah, most likely they brought out like some white tape to do that.
Oh, no time to waste. Let's go hunting for clues. I wonder what this is. Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly.
The sheriff!
Like I said before, this here's our claim. You best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet.
Ah, scary.
Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car? Well, well. This little filly's got a good nose on her. Wanna know who rides that red Mustang with the body in her saddle, huh? Please. No problem, partner. Now time for a visit. Vittles?
I assume that's like vitamins and stuff.
About time for Vittles anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prosecutor's office. Prosecutor. I'm gonna assume I said prosecutor. Might find you a what the fuck is this?
Cerveza.
Cerveza. Might find you a cerveza you'd like. Prospector, goddammit. It's Prospector. I thought it was
Prospector's office. Yeah, wait. I thought you had said that wrong. And apparently no. Prospector's office. Where does this guy think he is? And when, for that matter?
Mr. Wright, you need to understand. There's a time vortex here, and they just plucked me out of a world where the Wild West would never ended.
That's gotta suck.
Eh. Beer's better.
Dysentery.
Note to self, look up Vito Saloon Cerveza.
Cerveza. It's like a Mexican alcohol. Well, I shouldn't say Mexican. It's South American alcohol usually. Oh no, I don't think it's just South American. I think it's just like a type of alcohol. Is what I should probably say.
I wonder if I'll like it actually. Maybe we should. This is you still.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we should check out room 1202, the High Prosecutor's office.
In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like, just keep your paws off our claim.
Right. Great.
Great! Maybe there's some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out. Excuse me. Were you two all set? Us?
What's this? She couldn't be.
I just realized I'm now voicing 1, 2,
Yeah,
3.
you didn't ask if you wanted me to take over any, you know?
I think I'll give you a Merkins. Or not, I don't know. I'm partially like still like nervous because I'm not gonna be able to do anything for like a week.
Uh-huh.
You're selling lunches? Here? This is a crime scene. Hello, half and half, was it? Oh, thanks. And you, sir?
Yes.
Some crunchy goodness coming at you.
Thanks. Interesting way of doing business.
That would be $70.
Shit.
This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passersby. Or are you officers? No, but you don't exactly look like a top dive clearance either. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone. Even if my days at the cough-up cream are over.
Awful? Huh?
You know, I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on lunch. There's a $140 for wasting food.
Oh no, not again. This.
I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned into my eyes, you might say. Yes, all the sordid secrets. Secrets? Dear me, you're a slow one, aren't you? I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective.
What?
You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about? Please. That's. I thought she was saying that.
Please, Coffin Queen, tell us what happened.
The name is Angel Star. Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it. Or before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels.
Yes, ma'am. Yipes. She means it. Girl is crazy.
Angel Star. Angel Star.
Bit of a weird one, isn't she?
Kyoyoka Ichinotani, I think. Kyoyoka means an offering of flowers for a grave or mura flower. Ichinotani might be a play on Ichinotani, the site of a famous battle during the Jinpei War in Japan. This might be a reference to her aggressive personality. In Japanese, her nickname is Giro Ma Muri no Okyo.
A little bit of a complicated name, it sounds like.
Meaning covering in spew. Giro can mean both spew and confession, likely means indication to her talent when she's a detective for instructing confessions from suspects. Both Angel and Star might be used to convey a sense of goodness and purity from exhibited by her, at least her angelic side. Her name might also have been taken inspiration from Bella Star, an American outlaw who lived in the Wild West that was known as the Bandit Queen, similar to Jake's martial design of being cowboy themed. And her French,
cowboys here.
And her French, her name is Angelique Star, which is just Angelic Star.
Makes sense on that one at least. Very simple.
Somehow I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen.
That's still you.
Sorry. Just like you know that the daily section, the daily special on Friday every week is salmon.
Destiny was yesterday's special for some reason.
You're a defense attorney, right? You should know then. You should know that the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of inequity? Inequity, god damn it. I'm terrible at the English language. Evil ones? Prosecutors! They have no qualms at all about blackening the name of innocence. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of all. They gave an award to the King of Prosecutors. What a farce. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutor convention yesterday. I was almost compelled to lace her lunches with something foul. You have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? There's some kind of scientific evidence of this evil. Young miss, mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the Cough-Out Queen. Ew! The most heinous of all, the evil one, the one they rewarded yesterday, it was in his car that they found the body. Proof that Eva was the evilest of lunches of all. Really?
Really? What? I'm totally confused. One thing's clear, this lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. That would actually make her a hostile witness, which is not good. So what exactly was it that you witnessed, Miss Star?
It's a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I know if you know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. The sea land the sky wield that knife so. Her knife flashed an angle, bringing him to a sad end. It was surely a sight to see. You mean you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his severely ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears. And the rhythmic beat of Lana Scott's knife.
Wait a second. You know Lana Scott?
Of course. It's quite a feat becoming chief prosecutor. How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels light.
Now, why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name?
Can we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Star? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only freshest and best from the Far East. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here. I mean, to be fair,
I prefer for a prosecutor, honestly.
like, it's just a quick way to eat lunch without having
You need to cook and everything else, yeah.
having to cook or probably have to get up from paperwork.
Yeah, I mean, somebody cooked the lunches, of course, but, you know, it's good for having a prepped lunch snack.
Why not make lunches here rather than import them? Did you say something? No. Only true connoisseurs can understand. The kind can only tell someone who's tried the kind you can only tell someone who has tried General Tso's Trio Bite lunch set. Never mind. You win.
I don't even want to appreciate part of Trilobites, the Trilobites flavor.
I want to try one just to try one.
I mean, it's basically just like a shellfish kind of thing.
I know, but maybe it has a certain taste to it.
Maybe.
Or maybe like the best way to prepare one is different than most fish or most shellfish.
That's possible, yeah.
Anyway, I come down here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office. Your boyfriend? See the security room over there?
The glass-walled booth?
I sell my lunches in, since I'm in the air. Anyway, I drop in to see him.
I sent you here anyway. I guess selling lunches is more important than romance.
So scientifically analyze the data so far. You, Miss Star, are a lunch vendor with an interior motive for coming here.
Useful analysis. Not. Did you have a bad experience with the prosecutor, Miss Star? I sense some hostility.
Hostility? Ha! Perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike. The bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kinda like 10-day-old clams in the chowder.
Ugh. I wonder if Miss Star was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past.
Be sure case of food poisoning. Scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're talking cough up queen.
I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but no, I'm not so sure. Well, that's all the questions for her, for now. We don't need to present her the wallet, do we?
No, I was just checking the thing.
Okay.
Time to find out we can immediately see who it is.
You know, I think I figured this one. Wow, he's actually a fan.
He is a fan. It's a good part. It's a decent part. It's an actually integral part of his character, which makes sense.
It's actually a little funny.
This is the kind of room that just screams, "I can do the job." What a change from your office, really.
Thanks.
Look! It's a trophy or something here.
A trophy? What, that shield?
Takes real nerd to display stuff like this. Whoever's office is, they must be a real suck-up jerk. Phoenix, right. You never tie prying into other people's business, do you?
That voice. Long time no see, Edgeworth.
Huh? Ah! Mr. Edgeworth!
You know him from somewhere?
Of course! I'm his biggest fan! My sister
Oh.
introduced us once and...
Right. Her sister is the chief prosecutor, after all.
Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. No, did I? No! It was just Mr. Wright here, he...
Hey, don't blame me.
Okay, you 100%... to me, it feels like 100% Miles is fucking with him with this.
I think so.
He's loosened up after the whole Von Karma
Well,
thing,
like,
and now
the biggest shadow over his life is now gone. So
he's letting himself loosen up and be a bit of a troll. We're just here to investigate a murder case. Murder? A body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot.
Emma,
We're
you like-
told that this person owns the car.
Emma, would you like to put down the shovel?
Hmm? That would be my car. Oh, see, he's grinning. He knows exactly what the fuck he's doing. What of it? What? Your car?
Say one thing, she can certainly scream.
To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here after all.
What do you mean?
Rumors. Also, I have to go back to the Von Karma estate to settle some affairs. You heard the rumors about me, haven't you?
Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy.
That's why I'm leaving. It's weird.
Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Oh, that's you.
Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident.
What? That's crazy.
Some people need very little excuses to think ill of others. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop. But some of them even go so far as to present me with toys like this. I think it's funny.
Boys, that bronze shield? That's got to be a story behind that one. So, the body was found in your car.
Go ahead, say it right. You think I did it, don't you? After you went for all that trouble to help me last year, no less. No, we didn't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean... Wait. So you're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then? Yes, sir. Emma Skye. It's nice to meet you again.
Now, that didn't sound forced at all.
Ah, now I remember. You're really grown. Please tell me you're still not into me. I don't know how to tell you this, but I don't like women in that way. I admit, it was a surprise for me too. I think my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt.
I can understand. Wait, what did you say?
Lana Skye is the chief prosecutor, and the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow. You? Mr. Edgeworth? Chief Prosecutor Sky? Yes, we first worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case. That's right, I remember. 2 years ago.
That's me.
I know, but
Not you.
I am referring
What
to
are
a
you
running
doing?
gag that I'm the only one doing here.
2 years ago. I wasn't even a lawyer yet.
That's 1/8 of 16 years ago.
I really need to push this other person out of my mind for a little while.
The joke is 12 years ago. It's been a while. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken. Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person. I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you. Then, why? Why'd she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife. What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon? To be specific, it was the knife I keep in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. Why do you carry a knife?
There are already so many questions about this court case. Edgeworth,
What?
are you sure you didn't do it? Come on, can't you take a joke?
You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright.
You were joking about it 5 minutes ago!
Wow, this jacket is even lacier than his usual ones. This must be his lucky trial jacket.
A lucky jacket, right. I've never seen him wearing it.
I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe it would be naughty and take a picture.
She's getting way too excited about this. I've been wondering, what the heck is this?
There's a big K on it. Prosecutors.
Huh? What's that?
It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. King of Prosecutors? It's a great honor. They send the shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So?
So that K, that's...
K stands for king? Yeah, you got a problem with that. I didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors. Kind of like Employee of the Month, only better.
Yeah, I don't think he'd agree with that, actually. In fact, I think he'd be rather upset with that idea. At the bottom of it.
Hey, check it out, there's a middle plate here.
It looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it.
Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma.
Oh.
I guess he must be a foreigner?
Yeah, that's probably it.
Know where he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime.
When she says it, his name does kind of have a ring to it.
Those are probably gonna get scratched out soon.
So basically, this says you were the best of the best lawyer last year, huh?
You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why's that? I had to go to the police department to retrieve that broken shield.
The police department?
Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you?
Where Detective Gumshoe works. Yeah.
I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? I got more important things to worry about. Oh, right.
He doesn't seem too concerned about his award. For better or for worse.
Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday? I want to examine this, even though it's going to be more talking for me. My, what an amazing bouquet! Just right for Mr. Edgeworth.
No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead, Wendy. Wendy? I've heard that name somewhere before.
Beside it, a giant steel samurai. Well, I want one.
Huh? There's something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place, Wendy.
Wendy? She Mr. Edgeworth's fiance?
Oh, right. I don't think so.
Poor Edgeworth.
Poor Edgeworth.
Hey, a chessboard.
I'm not too up on my chest, but it looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot.
Red Knights have surrounded the Blue Pawn.
Huh?
Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have real sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn. His head's kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Edges surrounding a pawn with spiky hair. Nah, it's nothing.
I think he's... This is actually kind of a crap chess game, considering the fact that the king's not there.
Yeah, you're right. I think he's just like left some of the pieces there.
This is you.
Oh yeah. Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder?
Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sorted and filed all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal. Put your hands above cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing, a ceremony was had at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors.
And that's when you got the shield?
I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12.
That's very precise.
People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I placed little faith in my memory. He has good reason to be fair.
Yeah?
The only thing I trust is solid evidence.
So he had a ticket stub for that time.
This is the parking stop for the underground loft.
The murder took place around 5:15. That's 3 minutes to do that whole thing.
It's just, he gets up, he leaves, there's a stabbing, he's like, I'm not gonna...
Turns back around, there's a woman being arrested, a corpse is in his trunk. The amount of, like... I can just picture it. It doesn't even take him, like, 2 minutes to leave. She's got 1 minute to open up the trunk, grab his knife, stab the guy, throw it into the trunk, and get caught. Oh, that sounds hilarious.
It sounds like the thing, sort of things like if it legitimately did happen that way, it's a case of there's a stabbing. I should not get involved. I'm going to get arrested. It happened already once.
I can just picture just look on his face as he's like stopped in the like prosecutor's office and everything, as he's about to go upstairs to get back to work. By like one of the security guys just like, "Hey, is that your red car out there?" Yes. So there's a corpse in it. What? He just goes back out, and you just see like a police crime scene has already occurred, like within the last 5 minutes. Just the look of just sheer done on Edgeworth's face in that moment has to be insane.
I just cleaned that car too. It was a nice day. It's now ruined with blood in it.
No, it wasn't even a good day. Just first I get this flimsy.
No, I meant the day where he got his car cleaned.
Oh yeah, no, but this happened at the day that he got the trophy.
Oh yeah, so it's just a case. It's more of a case of, well, this might as well happen.
Just like, I don't understand why.
So this murder happened right after you got back. What? Right. I appreciate it if you direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. I have no idea what this is.
I don't know.
Oh, this is you. I'm giving you...
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premise?
I'm Edgeworth. What is it?
I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got you a report, sir.
Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Sai?
I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Sky, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow.
Mr. Edgeworth isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated.
Sir, but sir, I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I was aware of your, nope.
Give me your name.
Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins.
Right. Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month.
Oh, but sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he caught me off guard.
Later, in our private quarters, right? As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective in the same department as the patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. Can ask more there.
Thanks. He seems to have finally calmed down, at least.
And then he opens his hands, and what looks like to be a diamond has been crushed into dust.
That's what he does to get extra funding for his job. Every time that, like, a police officer comes in, he just picks up, like, a lump of coal.
I mean, with his stressful job, he might just, like, I'm going to buy myself something nice later. Ah, another wonderful diamond to sell at the pawn shop.
The police
Oh
officer
god,
walks
it's
in.
there. Oh god, it's there.
Yeah, the mascot, or...
The mascot.
Yep.
The blue badger, of which I've seen in every fandom is described as a demon. Whew, we're finally here.
I do. Oh god.
I want to put the police station so far away from the prosecutor's office.
Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi. The traffic wasn't even that bad.
Flashback cutaway to Von Karma screaming. Flashback cutaway back. Yeah, I don't really get why.
The police department, huh? I've only ever been to Criminal Affairs Next Door. Hold on. What's that? You know, this animation, yeah.
Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that?
Oh, wait. I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot.
And they succeed in all of the horrible ways. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow.
I think I know why they view him as like a demon.
Is it the unblinking?
Forget the blue. No, it's not that. Forget the blue badger. Who's that next to him?
This appears to be dancing with the blue badger.
Uh-oh.
He noticed me.
He sure is running over here fast. Gumshoe, why? Hey, pal! What are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there?
I've been assigned to dance. And dance. I've been dancing for 3 weeks. I am so very tired.
What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man. Pal. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case.
What? Why not?
Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime.
And that totally means they did it and not being coerced in some fashion.
Well, they don't have any evidence otherwise, so.
No, it's just A, that happens in real life, and B, that has happened in the series.
Yeah, that's true. She says she summoned the detectives to the prosecutor's office and she killed him.
With a ritual and everything. Did you know that we employed demons? I didn't know we employed demons.
Yeah, it was kind of surprising. We had to clean up the pentagram and everything.
It's not really evidence.
It's 2 murders that day.
Thing is, as much as pentagram is evidence, we don't clean up. Other things can crawl through. It's more of a health and safety hazard. But what if she's not telling the truth?
You missed an opportunity there, actually.
I did what?
We had to clean it up. All the detectives kept respawning in that room. It was a big problem. I don't know why the others are all demons. I seem to be the only human working here. Send help.
It's very exhausting. They'll keep getting raises, and meanwhile, I am living in my police car.
Have you seen Meekins? That man's a madman.
He is the
Don't believe the name. He hates Meek.
He has not breathed in 7 years.
Last time he took a gasp, 3 people died.
3 people died and an orphanage caught fire. We were at Denny's.
Oh my god, that does make me remind me that you're gonna love Little Guardsman, because all these jokes and stuff like that, yeah, we cannot set up the jokes as well as that one. Oh boy.
But what if the evidence was faked?
Hey pal, can I speak to you for a second?
Look.
On a note of like, on a note of Little Guardsman really quick, we can voice act in that one. However, there are going to be a couple of characters that I'm just going to let voice themselves because you need to hear them.
Okay. I did learn of one thing that I'm planning to use for that thing only because I found out by accident. And apparently one character speaks Latin and only Latin, and I immediately thought of one joke from Eddie Izzard that I tend to use.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that in there. So it's just like, I can't voice all the characters because either I am not going to be able to pull it off as well, or because it's just fantastically better with the original voice lines. Oh, anyways, hit the button.
You haven't even said this.
Oh yeah, no. I said, hey pal, can I speak to you for a second?
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa, the chief prosecutor's little sister.
She has a sister? I thought she was a demon like everyone else.
Well, there goes that theory.
Just please investigate the case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Oh, we don't do that here. It's all magic.
Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voice down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked.
Or science. Huh?
It's a sensitive issue with us these days.
I mean, it makes
sense.
With Von
Von
Karma,
Karma.
everything.
Yeah. Just look at Von Karma and everything that he did. Of course it's going to be a sensitive topic.
So what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe?
Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs.
For dancing. I just have the dancing bug. Please help. Please help. Again,
No. They
It-
kicked me out because I had said some bad things about the Blue Badger. So they sent me out here to go and bond with them.
See, I was gonna reference history.
What I said is better?
What do you say is better? Just there was a dancing plague in France.
Oh, yes, that's right.
No one knows what caused it. Just
Started
everyone
dancing.
started dancing
It just happened. Everybody just
compulsively. They
happily
didn't.
danced.
It wasn't even enjoying it. They just wanted to stop, and no one can explain why. And
That's what
I've learned that from like puppet
years.
history, which is why it sticks with. I think that's the best way for me to learn things. It's in a comedic fashion because that sticks with me a lot better, and I will constantly like rewatch it for laughs. But it will stick me far better than
Than just reading in a book or something like that.
yeah, because eventually I'm just gonna I'm gonna find myself skipping words or whatever. Apparently, I can only learn if I'm entertained. I think that might be Sesame Street's fault.
Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean this time?
Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all.
It's true. We've had a chief prosecutor murder. We haven't had that bad. We've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before.
Mostly just regular prosecutors.
Like, actually, wait a minute. Like Von Karma.
Okay, I gotta check. I'm pretty sure he's not a he wasn't a chief prosecutor, but I can't remember for sure.
No, I was referring to like regular prosecutors like Von Karma.
Yeah, exactly. That was
I
my
wanted
joke.
to see if he yeah.
No, he was just an international prosecutor.
Ah, yes. International prosecutor. That is something I've never heard before.
Apparently, that was his occupation, international prosecutor, from 1976 to December 28, 2016, i.e., when we arrested him.
Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. I don't think people would keep their jobs after a situation like that.
Last known status deceased, somewhere between December 2016 and February 2019. I mean, he was somewhere between 49 to, his documented age range is 49 to 65.
Mm-hmm. Just eventually, you just kick the bucket.
And he's in prison with a bunch of people he probably got convicted for crimes they didn't commit. I don't think he lasted long.
Yeah, probably not. Well, the highest rated people, or highest ranked people, are being led to criminal affairs now. Lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all.
Which sucks, because I've been sleeping in there for a while. None of you?
I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? Yeah, that is honestly fairly odd. So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger dance down pat.
Isn't there anything else you could be doing? No! No! No!
The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot.
Officer Marshall.
Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. So he's not even like a full-on detective. He's a patrolman. That says some things.
I'm double checking if we need to give evidence. Ah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we could present that to him and get a response.
Now first we need to examine the Blue Badger.
Oh yeah, okay. When it pulls back up like the dance thing again, I'll tell you why I think it's demonic.
I was wondering about that.
Actually, you can see it here. Now that I think about it.
Oh, there's a face print on it.
There's a handprint on it. There's smudge above the eye. It's taped up in one location. Yeah. Yeah, it's like Freddy Fazbear level of like, hey, did this thing murder a child?
We look away. We break eye contact, and we come back, and it's completely changed its position, and no one has touched it.
Oh god, it's an SCP. Not another one.
I mean, if the Secure, Contain, Protect Foundation existed in Phoenix, right, they're gonna have their hands got info with mediums everywhere.
Yeah, well, actually, they have to deal with that already. But there's a couple of SCPs that are actually ghosts.
I know, but I mean, there's been historical people, using a medium to find a potential killer multiple times.
No. Funnily enough, the SCP Foundation wouldn't have to deal with that. The FBI would.
Are you saying that in the the people that handle ghosts in the SCP universe is the FBI?
No, the people that handle people that say that there are ghosts are the FBI.
Is that an actual thing or an SCP thing?
I think it might be an actual thing. I'm not sure, but I can't remember the acronym, but it's like a special incident unit that is involved with anything supernatural. And it's full of people that did something really stupid as federal agents to get demoted to the position because nobody believes that the supernatural exists.
Oh, resigned to Antarctica people.
Yes. So that's the situation most of them find themselves in.
Where you have enough goodwill to not be fired, but also, my God, you fucked up majorly.
Yes, it's exactly that.
Still you.
Oh yeah. What? The Dancing Blue Badger. It's my masterpiece.
If we're going to hire demons, I figure we'd get a demon mascot.
I may have stumbled and face planted onto the thing a couple times. Don't worry about it too much. The handprint's just for me. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. You know what? Okay, say what you will about, the paint and everything. The fact that he got a working animatronic going with basically some duct tape, some bolts and screws, and probably a bit of wiring. That's actually a pretty good job.
I think technically he owns the rights to the Blue Badger as well. And since later there's a theme park.
Oh fuck! You know what? Now we know how he actually makes a living.
It's come up in fanfictions. I'm not sure it's properly true, but there was a flash forward fanfiction where it revealed that, yeah, Gumshoe's not a detective anymore because he owns the Blue Badger franchise.
I mean, yeah, they could cut his pay all they want. It's not gonna matter anymore.
And nice work. He might still be. I honestly think he'll probably still be the detective just because he likes being a detective. But it would
Yeah.
probably at that point be a volunteer work where his main income comes. Actually, scratch it. I would love to see a TV show where that's the case. This guy who works for the detective, he's the main character. He's also filthy rich, and he's only working there because he likes to solve cases.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, we need something that uses Detective Gumshoe, like from his perspective. That'd be a fantastic one, I think. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die.
Poor Blue Badger. Fate to dance until he drops. Hey pal, I do the same thing.
This is how SCPs are made. Why have you done this?
I would love actually an S. I don't know how to write one because I occasionally do have good ideas. I just don't know how to put into SCP formats. Like one I did create, I haven't like written it down. I did create is a box that outs you to people. Like if you're like into something that's criminal, it like outs you to the police. But if it's like for instance you're gay but you're not fully closeted, it just drops you in front of people that would accept you and listen to you about it.
Honestly, I do think there would probably be like a save class object which forces you to think about what is inside the box.
That's not exactly what I meant, but that also sounds hilarious. It's literally like I just basically have the mental image of like it's a box that has like various like pride stickers on it, and if you get close to it or look at it or whatever, and depending on how, like if you're the type of person where you're suffering because you're closeted, it drops you in front of someone who's like either like a superior person who's like, yeah, we're not gonna fire you for being like that, it's fine. But if you're like a criminal, it drops you with evidence of your crime, even though you made sure there's no evidence, in front of like someone who will probably deal with you instantly. And
So something like reveals your most kept secret.
yeah, like it's very like chaotic good in the way it does it, but I basically thought of it like, I have never seen a bot like I don't know all of them, so far I know this does exist and I just don't know about it, but just a box that outs you to people is so ridiculous, I kind of want to see it be made.
You know what they would immediately use that on, right?
Yeah, to find D-Class, yeah.
No. They use that on Dr. Light.
You mean Dr. Bright? Yeah.
Dr. Bright, that guy? Yeah. Dr. Bright, what'd you do today? Oh, well, I didn't do too much. I just worked on a couple of SCPs and other things.
Not like that. It's like things you're closeted about or things that you can't reveal for personal reasons.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Dr. Bright has ever has ever hidden anything about himself. I think fans are forced upon him. I did have an idea for a reason for it to be kind of lethal is if like a former D class comes up and is convicted for stuff that get him stabbed in prison, and he just like no one sees him and then sees his corpse in a closet with a bunch of stab wounds that from knives that don't exist or cannot exist for whatever reason, and no one can explain why.
Yeah, that'd be a rather bad way to go. Just suddenly in a closet with stab wounds. Whoops.
Like clearly, being shivved, but he hadn't been gone to prison. He's been in here, which is arguably worse.
Oh, right. You know what? That does remind me about the knife that makes people go insane.
Anyways, like I said, I need workshop on it, but I would love to see like if someone out in the interwebs has seen my comments and wants to make this, go ahead, just give me like mild credits. Like maybe when they realize what it does, a guard accidentally discovers it and it comes out as biromantic. I don't know. I would take the minimum amount of credit here. Even make it just like this guy just turns it in. It's like, hey, I found this box. I was told I should probably bring it to you guys. Can you take this box off of me? It's made my life marginally better, but also it's a concern.
Oh god, that'd be That'd be kind of funny if like one of the SCP agents picks it up and they just like get teleported to the police for cruel human experiments. Or they just end up actually at the SCP Foundation's HR department.
With stuff like that would give you like essentially, if you do a crime that's would fall under, you know, if you bring this to the police or go to jail, you just have evidence, even if like say a guard was a former like committed a murder but got it basically clean up and blamed someone else and it's basically gone scot-free. If he goes to the box, he'll be teleported to, I guess, like HR or whatever, with all the evidence he swore was destroyed. That sort of like evidence gathering.
Uh-huh. Okay, do we present anything to him?
We have to talk to him, examine to the Blue Badger, get the panel, and then present Goodman's ID.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
Sorry, we got distracted talking about SCP stuff.
Yep. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey, pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. I mean, Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake.
I didn't get a chance to say that.
That wasn't me that was saying, that was you.
I know, but Emma, like, Emma. It merely cut over.
Oh, yeah. Bruce Goodman, he's the victim. That's what I thought.
Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Nope.
Sorry, I can't do that. You're not a detective. That's detective on it.
They said we can't talk to him later, but I'm gonna present this first.
Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations.
I live here. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken?
Oh, there's a reason.
I don't know it, but I know there's a reason.
I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten.
I know what it is, but I don't know if it comes up in this case, so I want to save it.
It's like supposed to be because it's supposed to break the defense lawyers, yeah? That kind of thing?
No. Okay, I'll explain it real quick, and when it comes again, I'll just read it regardless. It's based on apparently a very famous contradiction story. Basically,
the impenetrable shield and the unstoppable spear, right?
Or basically sword. A guy comes over, a blacksmith comes over with a shield that says the king is a shield that can block any attack and a spear that can go through any guard. And the king basically goes, okay, what happens if they both go together? And the guy can't answer, and that's just basically like a contradiction. It does, even if he has the world's greatest shield, but can't take a... Because which is it? Either the shield can block any blow, or the spear can go through any guard. You can't have it both ways if you have both in front of me.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
I'm also probably not telling it fully on it, so if it does come back again.
That actually was something that came up in, I think it was like Rise of the Shield Hero, that manga and anime. They had a whole fight centered around the Shield Hero and Spear Hero fighting each other. Spear Hero claimed that he could break through any guard, and the Shield Hero actually referred back to that myth and noted that during that myth, the spear broke.
Explained why the shield's still there, then.
Yep.
My experience with Rise of the Shield Hero boils down to I don't think I can watch this, but I can read about it and be fine with it.
That makes sense. It's interesting. It definitely takes a lot of like isekai man stuff and throws it on its head. All of the characters are actually references to other types of isekai heroes.
I heard of that much. I still personally, my favorite isekai has to be cooking from campfire cooking from another world.
Yeah, that one is just so wholesome. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. So, this ID card belonged to the victim? He was a detective, like myself.
I mean, I'm still a detective.
Detective Bruce Goodman.
I think it's strange. I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it?
Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago.
Evidence transfer. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much.
Let's see, what else we have to go. We were supposed to get a
I do
level
recall
in
this case being a little interesting in that, like, the perspective of each person is what's tripping people up on this one, I think.
Either present this again, we'll just skip forward and we get new dialogue.
Oh, I see. I still love that he forgot.
I don't remember much, but we talked to him about Goodman. We're supposed to get a level in deduction. Did I skip something? Or just
Maybe?
Did I just present everything to him?
Found Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife. Huh. What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Well, wait, I mean, sure, of course someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The card and knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence.
Or Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened?
We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth.
Must be the victim's blood, right?
Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway?
I don't tell you all my fantasies, right? Hey, maybe spends his weekends roughing it in the wild.
Edgeworth in the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely.
I wish to hunt, right? I wish to embrace the days of my youth that I was lost. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman.
Now, there's a scary thought. No, more likely he's using it as a letter opener.
I honestly see Edgeworth as someone who fishes odd, who does things like fishing or as a form of roughing it. He goes fishing, he has a cabin, and that's
he's always interrupted while he's out there. All the time.
What am I missing? First knife, ticket sub. We're supposed to get a lever introduction. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here.
Did you actually show him the knife, or did you just look at it?
No, we get Edgeworth's knife from Edgeworth.
Yeah, but did you show, Detective Gumshoe the knife? Oh. Okay, that was that one. All right.
That was that and the ticket stub. Maybe I present this?
Did you actually show him the ticket stub, or?
I did. I showed that first before I did this. clearly I don't know what this is. Ah,
Oh, right there. We haven't done that one yet. He's in a tough spot. Tough spot. Again. Again. Well, it all started with with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond.
I gotta say, for someone that old, he's a really good, strong swimmer to swim in other people's clothing, which is probably heavier, and also swimming backwards.
Yeah?
Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent.
Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors.
We need another drink.
Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting.
But there's no evidence against him.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took the case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor's position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know.
Thank you.
Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is. What was his name? The guy in the parking lot? That'd be Officer Marshall. He's appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall. Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something?
Supposedly, he came from a dimension where everyone's a cowboy. I don't really get it myself.
No joke, Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things easier for you. Show them this, and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Huh. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there, and nobody will look at you twice, pal.
That's how I get to most places without having to make sure my clothes are properly washed. I only have the one set. I'm very poor.
He gets like the money from the Blue Badger stuff. Now I have 10 outfits. They're all the same.
I have some spares and some I can sleep in. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I have no idea who's saying this.
I don't know either. Oh, her.
Oh, still here. Hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too.
What happened to the security guard?
Hey, what's wrong, Bambita? You're looking a little like a doggy that's lost its herd.
Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene.
say about this? I know after giving the letter introduction, I'm honestly curious. Alright, compadre, count to 3.
Huh?
You gotta do that if you're gonna draw evidence on someone. That's what we do in Texas.
Remind me never to visit Texas.
Okay, I have to present this first.
Man, can you just imagine, like, you just in Texas, you're just watching a bunch of police officers draw evidence on each other. One of them pulls out the murder weapon. Forgets he's just drawing evidence, shoots the other person.
We run out of detectives quick in Texas.
Alright, I got this new evidence to show you. Oh, yeah? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Bang.
Still you.
Oh, would you mind reading this for me?
What's this? Sorry, just food in my mouth. What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right in the spittoon.
The letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate?
Gumshoe? Ah, that old cow dog? He's owning a birthday party or something?
Huh?
Look, where it says letter of introduction, it says invitation.
I think you just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here?
No worries. That proves it's from Detective Gumshoe better than a blood test. Guess I better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall.
Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective.
Gumshoe has rank?
Which reminds me.
Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our goat strike. Be elected settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. So, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
I say I won't be needing this anymore. Crumpled and discarded.
I've worked really hard on that, pal!
He just jokes it. Oh, poor Detective Gumshoe.
Okay, that's just his, I don't know what that is animation.
Okay, yep.
I can talk to him now.
Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim?
Good men always die young. Remember that, partner?
Could you be a little more specific?
Okay, those who are who have goodness in their hearts and are of the male persuasion will die before
I
the
talking
average.
about this particular man.
Bruce Goodman, he was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. Smiley Madonna told me the tale.
I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr.
Won't stab the chest. Fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report.
I feel like this case has like 5 autopsy reports. I can't remember.
I'm not sure if this is the case, but it is one of the later cases where the meme of like the autopsy report constantly needs to be updated. Was my sister involved in the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambita. Chief Professor Sky, Detective Goodman, had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back.
So, there's no motive.
Goodman was a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prosecutor. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot? So it seems. I called an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon.
want to point out again, this man is from West LA, not Texas. He's from West LA. He's Californian.
I'm not going to do a Californian accent. He acts like a cowboy. He gets the cowboy accent.
I know. I just have to point out again, this man is not from Texas or the Wild West. He's from LA. Oh, God. Just something I felt needed to be addressed, just due to how he acts.
Still you.
I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective?
You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas.
Huh?
I was one of them fancy shoot detectives 2 years ago, to tell the truth.
Oh, really? Now he tells me.
But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? I was taking a drink. Nothing gets by you, does it, Bamida?
So why are you in charge?
No reason. I'm just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Just because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh?
Edgeworth.
That cow dog's been kicked out by its cow run, by order of the chief of police. Just, he don't realize it yet.
Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation. Oh, probably because they don't want it to seem like Edgeworth is an in with the police right now. I get it. They're keeping them separated.
Yeah. Okay, we have to examine stuff now.
Yep, examine the car and stuff like that, I think.
Look, a door! That must mean something.
I'm not sure the door means anything.
No, it won't open. A mysterious lock.
I fail to see what's mysterious about it.
Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more.
Let's finish our investigation first, shall we?
This is where the cars leave the lot.
The arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance.
What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit.
Well, maybe it's both. Kind of a dual purpose.
The theory of relativity.
What?
You gotta write this down. Hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know, was Mr. Relativity German, or was he British?
Mr. Relativity, are you sure that was his name? My opinion of your IQ is dropping by the minute, miss.
Aha! A ladder!
That's a stepladder.
What's the difference? In scientific terms, please.
Scientific, huh?
Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright.
This all seems so horribly familiar somehow.
This, we had accidentally missed this conversation, but this is something you do in case 3. This wall's in our way.
It's got a faucet for water.
Wait, I know! This wall is merely a facade hiding the real truth. This is no wall, but a water tank.
I fail to see how it makes any difference either way. An oil drum. Looks like it's filled with water.
It's heavy. I can't even budge it.
The drum over here is on its side.
Wait, I know. I'll hide in here and do a stakeout.
I think you'll probably just get arrested. In fact, you may not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested.
What? I'm not suspicious.
You're suspicious. I don't know how to tell you this.
Suspicious,
I mean, honestly, Edgeworth's car is not bad.
Yeah, no, it's fancy.
This looks like a cell phone.
Scientific analysis, which suggests this belonged to the victim. Can't think of anyone else it could belong to.
What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out?
Oh yeah, it's evidence.
Right. Let's check it out.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, because you would do it way faster, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, there's a strap on it. A little blue button thing.
Man, what a boring strap.
What's wrong with it? Everyone has a different taste, you know.
Here, check out mine. It's a pink It's a pink princess strap. These are hard to come by, you know.
I see the series is as popular as ever with the kids.
This phone's still on the redial screen.
Redial?
Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? Surprised you didn't know about it.
Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know with people from your generation.
Whatever. Let's check this phone out.
Redial isn't a your generation thing, lady.
Well, I mean, I guess at the time.
Yeah, but they're still, like, calling people back.
Yeah.
No.
Let's see who the owner of this phone called last.
Not a self-defense attorney doesn't think first, he just presses the button. Hey, that's you, sorry. The image threw me off.
Hey, that song. I know that.
Hey, what's going on over there?
Ah, sorry.
I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you?
Well, yeah.
Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there. Is it? And it belongs to Chief Prosecutor Sky. What? It's my sister's? She has a cell phone? She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody, right after the crime. Look, Velasco was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this.
Who did she call?
No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard your phone ring just now, one of those newfangled ringtones.
Oh, that? Oh. I'm sorry, that was my phone.
What? Your phone?
Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. Wrong number.
I hope you're not lying. I shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Texas is a very law-filled state where many deaths happen. It's more of a graveyard than a state.
At this point, I'm starting to think the carry law in Texas is just so people could shoot at each other for random stuff. Uh-oh.
Texas is just the world's biggest battle royale.
Uh-oh. I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. This last call was made at 5:18. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort.
Look, something's written on it.
That's what a note is, yes. You write on it. You're right. Let's see. 67S122. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman.
That's me. It's already been said, but that's me.
Thought he was just looking over it more. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed.
Well, so, what does it mean, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
As a self-reductive reason, go to Edgeworth, not Wright.
I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either.
I told you to leave me alone, Miss Sky.
That restraining order can't come fast enough.
I applied it from the last time I met you.
For some reason, it hasn't been fun. Wait, your sister's the chief prosecutor.
So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister? That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is no other than Edgeworth himself. Prospectors weren't people of law, they were like people who were mined, right?
Yeah, they would look for gold, usually, and
he's using gold as a reference for evidence.
Yeah, but usually they'd come up short, especially in California, where he's from. California had a big gold rush, but most of that didn't really end up giving anything.
I actually heard during the gold rush, the people who actually made the most money are people who came over with water because no one brought water.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things of, I don't know how to best describe it. It's just, it feels like an opportunity that no one saw, and it's on my top 10 list of things to do if I can travel through time.
Bring a bunch of water with you, yeah.
Go to the gold rush, bring a bunch of water, and sell appropriately.
Make a bunch of cash. Best thing is, if you go back, I think, into the future, a lot of that cash, given how old it is, I think gets affected by inflation.
It's both affected by inflation, and I could probably, like, even straight up just donate it to, like, certain museums.
Yeah.
I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Pampita. Many condolences. Officer Marshall. Yeah, Bombita? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were...
There's something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about.
I apologize, Bombita. Something must have gotten into me. Maybe that's dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office.
Dry wind or ill wind, someone's up to something here. But who?
Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. 4 gentlemen evidence and narration testimony. That's you. I'm sorry. I thought he was like giving examples.
Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean?
It was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. Rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say.
One person? Who?
Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambita. Chief Prospector Lana Sky. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals.
What? You're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials?
No, I'm saying that most of the staff and officers in the police department are demons.
We thrive on deals, you see.
Deals, suffering, random crap. Souls are just, you know, proof of purchase, really. Where's those gunshots? There's bound to be bullets. Or you're in a bad neighborhood. Or fireworks. Actually, this doesn't really work as well as I intended. Can I start over? Hi, I'm Jake Marshall. That's what the old timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it.
Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case?
Oh, he's taking off the case because he keeps handing evidence to defense attorneys. No offense.
Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth?
You're speaking out loud. Again, it's because he keeps handing evidence to you.
He only handed me evidence the one time.
It's one time too many. So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright?
I guess we got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone.
It's time to do what I do best: stall in court. So you think we'll be okay?
Well, the only thing still bothering me is that London is confessing to the crime. She says she did it.
No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. I killed the man.
Oh, by the way, Emma,
Yes?
I know that song your phone plays when it rings.
What?
It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids. The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she?
I'm sorry.
Can you tell me what you talked about?
She hung up right away.
I see. The detective is murdered, and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district.
Okay, say this in a noir fashion, real quick.
What then? I got a bad feeling about this.
No, the previous statement.
Well, you moved off of it. I can't see it now.
Oh, never mind.
Like,
Okay, say this and that.
Maybe I still don't know everything that went on here.
See? Am I not wrong?
No, you're not.
I don't think an Ace Attorney style game would work good. I do think an Ace Attorney type game with another detective with Gumshoe as the sort of lead permanent assistant would work good. Because a lot of the character's control becomes snarky and sarcastic, and I don't think Gumshoe has it in him to be snarky or sarcastic.
Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately.
I can definitely see it as sort of like a mentee sort of thing that keeps happening.
Yeah. I will be right back in the restroom.
Okay, I'll just stare at the plant. Hope you guys watching are having a good day.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. I was just looking up a future character, and he straight up does not look friendly.
Oh no.
I will I'll send you the image real quick. Just because my very first thought is he totally looks like he's killed, skinned, and ate your dog.
Oh, one of those characters. Okay.
See? This man's a serial killer, by
Yeah,
the way.
of course he is.
Like, this is Slate Warriors, but his name is also Joe Dark. This is a character from a comic book universe that broke into the real world.
Jeez. It reminds me of that Carrion Crown character that's just like, yeah, no, he's totally not a villain.
Which one?
The one that Jill keeps reminding us of.
Oh, right. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? I remember she's monotone.
Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas.
Or rather, the whole thing's one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what happened, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer a word of advice. Get Emma away.
Yes?
A defense attorney should never believe their client. You're a prosecutor, you don't know what defense attorney should do. The defendant is called to trial because they're suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that.
This guy, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there's one decisive difference between you and her.
She is dead and you are alive. I don't know why I brought this up, but I did. And that is...
You're not a defense attorney.
I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright.
My first trial without Faye helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Mia watches you constantly.
Yeah. Still, I think the point is more just like he really does feel like he is a bit more alone than usual. So I have to discover the truth all by myself.
Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way.
That concerns me. The court is now in session for the trial of Miss Londa Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial.
I hope that personal feelings won't be part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I would choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgments made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else.
Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
That was my opening statement. Chief Prosecutor Londa Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's a much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she would now pay for the rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. Professional witness.
Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
Prosecution calls his first witness, Miss Angel Star, to the stand.
The cough-up queen? Haven't I seen you somewhere?
You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before.
Oh, this just tastes like fish. It's kind of disappointing, actually.
The judge is really wolfing it down.
Ah, and for you, I have a fiesta bowl.
Thanks.
Will the witness state her name and profession? Ah, and you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste?
This is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty, it hurts.
Never had caviar because, you know, that's expensive, but also, I heard it literally just tastes like fish and salt water.
It depends. Salmon roe, for instance, like different types of caviar do taste different.
Oh
I
god.
do know that certain sushi places actually do use different types of like salmon roe and stuff like that, which is actually pretty good. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like?
Sir, are you related to goblins? Name, profession, now. Me? The name's Angel Star, don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us.
The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating.
The slow decline of the judge.
Hurry it up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
Huh? What exactly does that mean?
Until years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She's a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Star was a detective?
Oh! I know who you are! Cough up.
Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Just who is this lady?
If I might have the court's attention over here.
That's you?
I know. The parking lot at the prosecutor office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecution office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks.
I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor's spaces, yes?
The crime took place in the car in the back of A block in the car trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with his knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and arrest was made on the spot.
And who was this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor.
Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor.
It seems that some losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star. Wait, are they talking about me?
This is a press situation for a few statements.
Yeah. So don't think we need to press on this one, because that's completely.
Oh yeah,
irrelevant.
no, I have to speak all this. Somehow, I always knew that a day like this would come. This isn't cross-examination.
Oh yes, we aren't there yet.
I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finally honed detective intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garnish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
I'm honestly surprised there was not an objection there. From Edgeworth. Objection! My car is not garish!
Objection, leave! I decided you're not my witness. I'm throwing this case out.
Fuck you! Bring your lunchbox to your boyfriend. I'll touch it.
As you can see, there's no room for doubt. Right, please find out. She insulted my car.
The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed?
I'm still thinking about that.
It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. So I don't think we need to cross-examine the first part, because, well...
Yes, actually.
Really? How did you know?
I respect the prosecutor's basis and abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods would always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they're used to erasing inconvenience evidence at their whim, killing off a detective that knows too much is merely extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something to get personal against prosecutors? I feel like I found my dream job when I became an investigator. If I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors that were there, I'd still be one.
Laid off? She was fired.
To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. I don't think we need to cover that one. We already know that her boyfriend is in the okay.
The court doesn't know it though.
Ah, this boyfriend, he's the detective.
Not that boyfriend. The security guard.
That boyfriend? You have several.
Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend is still open for applicants.
I'll stick with the lunches, thanks.
Note to self, the judge had to think before replying.
I'll write that down.
I was stunned, young lady. You know, a judge normally doesn't get propositions like that.
Normally.
The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything out there.
That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car?
Since I'm a visitor now, I park in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime.
Okay. Surprised that wasn't one of the ones we had to press on.
I think I know why it's ordered like this, but you have to first. Or not.
By Garrett's car, you mean?
Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes.
Mr. Edgeworth.
I like the color red. Incidentally, the knife with the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it? Indeed it was.
What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you're sure it was the defendant?
I saw her no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her.
If she's telling the truth, we're doomed.
Let's just do what we can. If we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick.
Witness, in your testimony you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than words. Ergo, you are a biased witness.
You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie.
Huh? Rookie. Also, that's not exactly a biased opinion. That's pointing out that the witness has stated that she is hostile.
Unless
She
you're
would probably be taken off of the stand.
unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
That was inspiring.
I believe I heard that tagline elsewhere. Good quiet plagiarism. I may be related to the low post of Lunch Lady, but my instincts are honed.
A photograph. You took this?
The moment I witnessed the crime, my instincts, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunch boxes is rigged with a camera.
I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck.
I'm quite the spy, aren't I? Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? I think I show it to you, a prosecutor. Think again. I am...
Again, Edgeworth. She's biased.
My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs.
Well, this is most certainly the defendant. But there's a problem with this photo.
Yep.
Uh-oh, that's unmistakably Lana Skye.
So what was the defendant doing at the time? Well, we know immediately that doesn't work with the evidence we just got.
Yeah. 1, her hand isn't wounded. 2, she's wearing a bloody coat, which implies that the murder's already been done. 3, there's no knife.
Just double checking it. She's also wearing gloves, which might also come up.
Yep. And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Skye stab the victim with the knife.
As I've already said, yes. I swear my finest salmon swirl lunch.
I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? And why is Miss Skye not holding a knife? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
Objection.
Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth.
Yes, it was so stronger than you ever feel mine, Mr. Wright.
What do you mean, Edgeworth?
This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing.
And how can you tell that?
Blood spatter.
Huh?
See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat?
But it's a black and white photograph. Oh. Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood.
Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here.
Nope.
No problem. except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit here and take that kind of abuse?
You got a better idea?
You're supposed to objection.
Yeah, I figured. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime.
No, it seems that was slightly unclear. My apologies.
That's it?
If you run out of lunch, your order's seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try open the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor was cold, calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Premeditated? How do you know?
Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph.
Well, are those gloves?
These are gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would you have those on?
Good question.
If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves.
What? These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder, a serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony.
The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. Well, we also have evidence that disproves that, though.
Right, so present that, yeah?
The knife.
Witness, do you know what this is?
Are you trying to test me? I sell boxed lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edwards' trunk. Indeed, it is my knife.
What's with this case? Yeah, you know.
Wait, wasn't that played during the last case too?
Yeah, that was. Well, not that mommy are prosecutors bad people, just the other. I don't think that actually directly was played during the last case. It was just everybody's fucking confused by this case, and rightly so. The defense has a request.
I'm just double checking just in case.
We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony.
What's that, rookie?
In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon?
Oh,
This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. He's got a good point on that one, at the very least, of just like, why would you not bring a murder weapon there?
great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's good as free.
No, not yet.
Right.
See, we have to at least get a couple more Edgeworth objections.
I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie.
What?
I hope you weren't deluding yourself in thinking that the tide has turned over such a trifling detail.
But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory.
The prosecution could care less if it's premeditated or not. The one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That's the only thing the prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. Suppose you think you're clever now. You know as well as I do she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing...
I believe I'd like to hear testimony again.
Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated.
Really now? Your powers of deduction are blinded by your desire to see this person in jail, so perhaps you should rethink your life.
Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again.
The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? Except she doesn't have anything. Yet she has a point there. So if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may not cross-examine the witness.
We know immediately what can disprove our argument, though.
Yeah. She didn't plunge it in again and again. She only stabbed him once. You say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that.
Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr.
What do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound.
Aha! You're right! Good show, Mr. Edgeworth.
I'm not saying this.
What about my objection? No one noticed? A chopped liver? Well, witness?
You got the crime scene set, right?
Oh, thanks.
Stop ordering food! I once believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. Now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice.
Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify.
Do your job, lady!
Yeah, no. She's really messing up here. Like, she came in as this witness, but it's very clear that her biases are absolutely altering her vision of things.
I had to plug in my headset, but I would almost, if I knew that's not how this case goes, I would almost believe that she's deliberately fucking up to get her off.
Yeah. I don't think that she's deliberately messing up, but I think her biases are naturally kind of influencing her testimony. Again, hostile witness. This is actually a thing in most cases. If the witness does not have a good reputation or has a reason to dislike the defendant, they're usually not brought up onto the stand. As for her, yeah, no, she's not wearing a muffler, god damn it.
The witness is clearly not suited for detective work.
Edgeworth?
What? I think I am enjoying Edgeworth right now.
Helping out, yeah. Again, I love it when he helps us out. It's fantastic.
The suspect is not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you're proving it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But that can't be! Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life.
Harsh words, but good.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails.
What was my objection? Chopped liver?
But it was there, a scarf. No, not that, but something red, really. Oh, now where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What?
Very well, witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least.
Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony.
The most important part?
The part where your sister stabs the victim.
Is he just mumbling the blue text under his breath?
Maybe. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth.
Either that or everyone can read his mind. After the murder, the suspect... Ooh, this is new, this is new
Oh,
music.
they're like sliding?
No, the music's new. It's like a remix version.
Oh.
After the murder, the suspect attempted to run... No, it's the same. It just sounds slightly different. Man, I don't know, man, I'm tired. Attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained to arrest her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what she had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but again, against Angel Star, resistance is futile.
God, her testimony is all over the place. You're quite determined about this scarf, aren't you?
I strike it like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star.
That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake.
Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten.
No thanks.
Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites.
Anyone is weak against that.
You have to build up a resistance.
That's not how that works.
You don't build up a resistance to poison?
Not exactly.
Oh. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum.
An oil drum? Hard to imagine.
Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will.
Do you hate her or love her?
That would indeed be the first question I'd ask, honestly. Just, what is your actual opinion of this woman?
I don't think she can do this, so...
You say
Okay,
quickly.
they're not bringing that up. Alright then.
Well, yeah. It's assumed that she performed like a citizen's arrest or something like that.
Alright, I forgot those exist. As I just said.
Yeah, but they're not really that well done. It usually citizen's arrest is kind of... It's tricky.
I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time.
Maybe I should press her for more details. I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was... Right,
She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block.
See witness a murder from here? That would make about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr?
Yes, that's right.
But there was a chain link fence in front of you.
I went over it, of course.
Oh, amazing! The cough of clean lunch lady athlete indeed.
It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have gotten up to my sister that fast.
Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Sky not get away?
Press.
She mentioned the muffler. What exactly did she say?
Remember exactly would have told you my testimony.
Cheeky.
Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler.
Just that one word.
So what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone.
Her phone. can't mean... By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene?
Yes, ultimately. Ultimately? My memory is like a salmon heading upstream, you see.
No, the court doesn't see, Miss Star.
She's like me when I was really young trying to understand how metaphors work. You just
Yeah.
make up shit and it sounds good, right?
Nope, it's not how that works.
The chief prosecutor first time used the phone hanging on the wall.
On the wall. That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall.
Apparently it was out of order.
And so she used her cell phone.
Indeed. The emergency phone was out of order that day. Seems to be something to
Still
be
is out of
fixed
order.
right away.
Good witnessing, witness. No. Good witnessing. Whatever happened to good testifying? You should, of course, add this to your testimony. Yeah, that would place her well beyond 30 feet.
Things I
And
do
there
to
would also
please
be
this
another
rookie
partition.
defense attorney.
This rookie defense attorney is calling out your flaws, bitch. So let's see here. Yep. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing!
I only say this wrong time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the patrician. She picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled out her own cell phone for so she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, oh, that's you.
During that time, you climbed over the chain link fence.
Then when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone.
And you saw her doing this.
What is it, Mr. Wright?
Well, the location we found the phone was wrong. We found the phone over by the car. Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky.
The witness is a former detective. I mean, you're right, but go on. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias.
Please objection.
Well, who would have thought you'd be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? I take it back. You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago?
Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this?
I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me and I'll make you cough it all up.
Ahem. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies.
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you would allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie the witness has told the court.
Here's where the counterattack begins. Can't afford to get this wrong. Witness lied about...
Or she saw it.
Yeah. It would have to be in a different position. This guy tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Starr to lie about it. Pointless to lie. I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location.
A different location? Well, that's a pointless lie if I've ever heard one.
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it.
What?
Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All testimony we've heard up until now points in one direction. Miss Star witnessed that this crime was here, so she'd have to be in the security room, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room. That's you.
Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor so you can see the entire lot.
So she would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness not being part of the prosecutor's office couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Star?
How many years have been getting the better of men to think that the tables could be turned? Today, a man has got the better of Angel Star.
Order! Order! Witness. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better.
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what must to make sure justice prevails.
Guilty. Is she talking about Miss Sky?
Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? Doesn't make sense.
Huh?
She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. Wouldn't change anything. Exactly. The photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth stands.
It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this.
Now that we fucking use it.
She wouldn't risk that without a good reason.
Lara.
So, tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Yeah, Lotta Hart. Huh? Not me. Who else?
Mr. Wright, let's reveal what we know.
The Star witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. Must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see that would change what she could see.
What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Star, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness?
You?
Yes?
You ordered the squid wheels, right?
The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible.
I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend.
Boysenberry for the boyfriend.
He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. Before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But What if the door is locked? I couldn't open it.
This is actually pretty big. That's a major distance. And given the photo distance as well, she took it from B block. So that changes the time frame of the crime majorly.
It does, yeah. That's why they go through the visitors' parking in B block.
That's quite a detour.
Probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
5 minutes? This changes things considerably. Like I said.
But it was that woman over there in the defense chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention.
Would you like another caviar lunch?
Absolutely. Uh-oh.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something.
Well, do I have any evidence to stop it? Why am I asking myself that? Yes, I actually do have evidence to stop this. The time of the fucking murder. 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time, if you like it al dente.
I've got lunches that tie pasta into nuts, rookie.
A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange?
Strange.
If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. When you have the instincts of a killer, you would run. This time was different.
You have the instincts of a killer, Judge.
Damn, they're on to me. Gotta get out of here.
They can't know I killed the previous judge. They can't know how in California we assign judges.
The statute of limitations
It's a guarded secret.
About 20 years ago. We're good. I'm fine. This was an old crime. I'm okay. Don't worry about it. This guy dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good question. Even in terms of, like, why didn't she run? It's more, what made her not want to run is the bigger question, I think. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go?
Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness and counted for professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright!
No, we didn't. That was too close. I'm afraid that the Coffin Queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned.
Hold it! Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid reels, right?
That's the one she tried to foist off on me!
I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
Well, what was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr.
Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox?
Woohoo! A triple decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence while I eat my lunchbox.
Like the Lunchman motto says, you won't be disappointed.
What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time?
I should have mentioned those five minutes. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, it's a matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, for the victims. The other's blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. She proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
Actually, no, it doesn't. Well, what? There was blood found on the shoe. The reason that that's not decisive evidence is because it actually disproves her theory.
Try
There's an
lunch line.
issue with her photo now.
For all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
The... Well,
Yeah, it sounds like you lost your job for whatever petty reason you think it is, and more lost your job because you're not a very good detective.
yeah, it seems like... Well, it could be that, like I said, she might have been a decently good detective, but what probably happened was she got fired for being a good detective, and somebody didn't like it, and now she's trying to take out that grudge on someone else.
Witness,
Could
what's,
also be that, like, she was caught framing evidence, for all we know.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth.
That action alone is fucking over so many people. So many.
And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, the shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. And as you can see, it was approved by the police department acts as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty solid.
At least study some
real
evidence law.
turnaround.
Really?
I think he's more referring to even the general public part in that one. And as for the first, it seems so. He's probably referring to, it seems that there's nothing else that Edgeworth thinks can interrupt that, but clearly not. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to show that the guilty are properly judged.
She keeps using that line. I don't think she knows what that line means.
The guilty is anyone I don't like, clearly.
Dear sweet God, you are so narcissistic. Okay, so let me think here. Is it it's not flawless evidence, is it?
No, you have to press.
Yeah. Can't let this evidence go through without a fight.
You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Sound like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, she's enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or do not have a problem with the shoe?
Problem. It's critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe?
There's a problem, otherwise we won't bring it up.
Yeah. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. The fact that there's 2 bloodstains, not 1.
That gleam. She said that some of it's Bruce Goodman, some of it's Lana Skies.
Yeah, that's the issue. This implies that Lana Sky was injured.
That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'll give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about this victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. Oh, God. Do we actually have to... Oh. You know, we should have examined it. Shouldn't we? I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe.
And don't mess with me, rookie. It'll be your blood at the bottom of my shoe.
Indeed, there's quite a bit of blood on the bottom of this shoe.
It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly contradict you about blood on the bottom of his shoe? And show the crime scene photo.
Yeah. There's no blood there.
Problem.
The problem lies in the footprint.
Sorry. The
Stop stealing my lines.
footprint?
Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe.
This only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order! 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 Well, witness?
What? Huh? Right going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh. That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. Wright, think.
Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What? I see. Now I get it.
Get what?
Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
After this testimony, I have to save and go.
Yeah, I figured.
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
Oh, right. She knocked over the oil drum, right? Last bit was not necessary, but...
I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness! Well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
Water? What does that mean?
Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
Aha! You don't mean...
Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason alone. To erase the blood stains would become evidence against her.
Well, no. That does not tie things up quite nicely, Judge. After the victim's shoe, tie her quite clearly to this murder. No, they don't. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Then why is there still blood?
Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence.
But she didn't! Dear God. That reminds me, this guy's right hand was hurt. Oh,
Still, am I glitching out?
oh no. We haven't had one of these in a while. There we go. Now I'm back. Haven't had that in a while, have we?
No, I didn't even notice.
Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him?
So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe?
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. No, there's still a reason.
Mr. Wright, do something, please!
What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it.
But... Enough! There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Oh. Not again.
Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution side. Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well... I thought you had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence.
Wait, witness, don't tell me of something else. Son of a bitch.
The time for debilations is past. Any further comments will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this.
A photograph.
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for evidence and error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait, look at the asphalt in this photo.
Hey, it's clearly wet. Raising the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway.
So everybody wins!
Sorry, Mia.
Right, better not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end.
This is the last piece of evidence. Very well, this time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Sorry, Your Honor, there's going to be another objection. Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration.
So, right. Are you saying that there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence?
Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. But very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph.
It's the muffler.
Yeah.
There's stuff inside the muffler.
But the problem in this photograph is here.
What's this? There's something poking out of my car's muffler.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor?
You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph.
A muffler is also part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe.
I see. I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So what? There's something sticking out of the muffler. What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony.
What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case. It's the note that we found, isn't it? Or
No,
the
it's
muffler, that one. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Yeah, she said the word muffler.
Muffler. Ugh.
Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence.
She died.
Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend?
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law.
I do like, even at his wackiness, the judge does his job correctly.
Technically, the cloth wouldn't be really a big focus. It's circumstantial, but at the same time, there are other problems with the testimony that would really call a lot of it into question. So, have the car of the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
At the very least, he's very fair. I suppose so.
Ooh, that was close. But we made it, at least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all. He's still hungry.
Mr. Wright, I should let you know, I don't get to eat breakfast.
Or lunch. Or dinner.
I'm
Please-
practically working
please
here
let me eat.
24/7. I survive on snack foods most of the time.
Please let me eat, damn it, right.
How good do I get to say proper?
Mm.
That would be
Well,
it
of course,
for
it's a
me.
recess, so.
Be it for me today. I have to do more packing soon later. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys I'll see you guys tomorrow for more of the Sinking City. I don't know how close we are to the end though.
We'll find out. And, you'll see me around. Don't know when we'll do this again. We'll figure it out. But that'll be it for this time.
See you all then.